floor is still flipping covered in soil from when you dropped the cactus.
Ow.
Your sellotape glove did not work. Ah! Right.
Okay, imagine theme music. Welcome to the Allegedly Thriving podcast, the weekly podcast, hopefully, where we ask each other whether we're thriving or merely surviving in the world of business. Well, small businesses in the Northeast. In my case, super small.
Or huge global conglomerates like me.
Welcome to us, because this is the first time you've seen us. So I'm Martin, owner of Martin Newham Photography.
I thought you were going to say owner of Martin Newham.
Technically, I own me.
Good thing for taking ownership of yourself.
And this is...
Izzy Howell. I'm looking at my camera because I am a professional. And I know that...
I look there.
And now that you're editing this later, I am head of production at Howell Media and director of Howell Studios, the place we are sat in right now. This is my equipment that we're using.
It's all you.
It's all me.
I just come in and horrendously abuse it.
And you are what we've now learned what it is actually called, because we're so new to this business, we don't know what actual roles are. You are a studio engineer.
Button presser.
No, studio engineer.
I like that. Yeah, I somehow feel though that my hourly rate should double if I call myself a studio engineer and not just a button presser.
No, because now I realise that I can actually describe it on the website as studio engineer, and that sounds so much cooler.
Oh, you are going to be able to attract a higher premium for my services.
Damn,
I know.
Just cost myself money just talking. That's a classic Howell thing to do.
So I have to apologise. We're both very tired.
It's only Wednesday, but it's been a long week.
It has.
I'm so done with this week.
Well, I'd like 2 hours sleep last night and then couldn't sleep.
And so as I noticed, I went away for 1 week and you replaced me.
Okay, so...
Because I am assuming that would have gone out by now by the time this is recorded.
Okay, so we did record an audio-only podcast not that long ago.
Not audio only?
It was.
No, you used the backdrops.
Well, no, we
we
recorded
did,
a podcast.
yeah. You sabotaged that one.
I totally screwed that one up because I muted your mic
Sabotaged that one.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Hence, we're now here. And then I did use the studio to record a podcast using your podcast's backdrop because Izzy has her own podcast called It Looks Like We Made It podcast.
Mm-hmm. And you sabotaged mine and brought in someone else.
I did. But I think that starts us on the thing. So we've got a lot to catch up on. It's been about 4 weeks since we've actually done a podcast.
And you are tired. I am very tired.
Yes, we're both tired. So I'm not sure how good this is going to be, but let's get some energy into it. So Izzy.
Yes.
Izzy.
Yes.
Are you thriving or surviving?
What do you think?
Okay. Cast your mind back. I want you to imagine the 70s thing. Cast your mind back 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Were you thriving or surviving?
I can't remember because...
You were on holiday.
Oh, no, that was last week.
Okay, last week.
I was thriving. Because I was on holiday.
Did you enjoy your holiday?
I had the best time. You know what it was? It was a low obligation holiday where... Basically, all I did was last minute booked 5 days in a cute little lodge in a holiday park in Windermere in the Lake District.
See, I'm really glad that you did manage to relax because I was sat by your side the night before you were going and I was there with the panic as you were trying to figure out what you were going to do with your business.
The Friday before I went.
Making sure everything was handed over and making sure that I had a phone. And that, I was going to do certain things for you, and everything was going to be looked after because.
But this business is my baby. Other than my actual baby, these businesses are they are the thing that, if you cut me in half, I would be my logo just over and over like tree rings. Like it is so intrinsically part of what I'm trying to, just part of me and something that I'm passionate about that. It's the same way as when I first went away and left my daughter when she was about 7 months old, for the first time overnight or something. And I was a wreck from like start to finish, just anxiety, just being like, oh my God, is she all right? Oh my God, is she eaten? Has she slept? Is she all right? Is she ill? Is she all right? Is she all right? And like, that's how I feel leaving these businesses sometimes. It's just like, it's exactly that.
Well, I think that's the big difference. That's one of the biggest differences between being employed and being self-employed. I found. And again, I'm still in the infancy of doing it, but it's that whole, if you take your eye off the ball for a week, you either have to work super hard the week before and super hard the week after to catch up and get where you are, or you just have to acknowledge that some balls are going to drop. Well, but that's not acceptable.
As long as those balls are bouncy balls and they bounce back up,
yeah,
and you can grab them again. So I'm not saying to grab any balls, but what I would say is that I think what I'm trying to do in my pursuit of making these businesses cool, funky, awesome things is that I'm trying to get them to transition away from being those sort of small businesses that were reliant on the people who do the service doing everything, and taking it beyond that to overseeing and facilitating other people being able to deliver the service, and I just make sure it all runs smoothly. And one business of mine, I've got two, one of them is very much like reliant on me and reliant on my dad, and it's very much like we've never got out that cycle of having us overseeing stuff because people effectively buy us and they buy what we deliver. So we've kind of basically just accepted that business is always going to be like that. But this one, the studio business, where we are sat in right now, is a whole new venture, and it's a very different business from the other one insofar as it is a service, it's a space that you hire, it's a thing that, you know, doesn't necessarily require me being in the room for it to happen. So it's a different sort of journey that I'm on, and I'm learning to let go a little bit. Like the things I can't let go of in the media business, I can let go of in the studio, and it's sort of, I'm not used to it, which is why it was a bit anxiety riddled last week. But it turns out I could switch off because everyone around me said, we will only contact you if we really do need to contact you. And that's what they said when I left Esme for the first time as well. So it was very similar, but also that was like, gave me that feeling of, oh, okay, I haven't got a message, I haven't got this. But then when I did get emails come through, when I did get WhatsApps come through, I had that additional, oh my God, what is it? And then it's just a picture of like a dog or something. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's all right then.
Yeah, there were a couple of times over the week where I thought, do I need Izzy's input? And then I just thought, no, I don't. It's fine.
I appreciate that.
It's fine. I think if you're on holiday, you're on holiday. I know myself what it was like when I went to Devon for a week and I still had my phone with me. And, you know, you get some business calls and you just think, well, you've got to take the call.
And in reality,
even if you're just saying, look, I'll get back to you in a few days' time, you've still got to take the call because you can't ignore the call because that could be a lost sale. Whereas if you just postpone it, you can get back and have a proper conversation in a few days' time, and most people are okay with that. And
in reality, what a narcissist am I, thinking that the whole world is going to stop without me being here for 5 days?
True.
Like, how... Like, I have got such an inflated idea of my input here. In the sense that I'm like, nothing can function. No one will survive or, you know, cope without me. And it's like, actually, you all could because you're all adults and I just need to shut up and let go.
Yeah, you know, I can use a Google search engine and I can use YouTube, which means I can pretty much figure most things
I'm
out.
so used to being in that space of I have to do everything that I just assume that no one else can. But you did a very good job. My dad did a very good job. Everyone was fine. It's just in your head you get very like, oh my God, I have to actually step away.
So how long did that euphoria of holiday last when you came back?
Oh, it lasted... So I came back on the Friday. It carried on until the Sunday. And then as soon as I got to work on the Monday...
Gone. Shattered.
Gone. Gone. It was like I hadn't been away in all good ways and bad ways.
I feel like...
No, but it didn't help that my dad was going on holiday the day after I got back. So we have had 2 weeks of only one of us being around, which means that like only one of us is doing two people's jobs basically for 2 weeks. And we haven't had a chance to actually sit together and just be like, right, okay, what the hell have we done?
I felt like your kind of approach to that, though, was, okay, I'll find out this one thing. Oh, I've got to get that sorted. Oh, and then there's this thing. Oh, I need to get that sorted. And then there's this thing. Oh my God, there's so much to get sorted. Oh, and then there's this thing. Oh my God, there's so much to get sorted. And it kind of all snowballed.
It was like a really depressing Hansel and Gretel thing.
You were just like, oh
Another
my God.
thing. Yeah, it never ended. But like... but that's because I mean, us Howells, we're a family business. So because we basically, basically a lot of family businesses just don't work. It's a bit like marriages, like 1 in 2 just don't work. And like, I think with family businesses, and if you're a family business, you understand this, is that it only works if you have really strict boundaries. Like when me and Dad aren't at work, we don't really talk work at all, unless we kind of caveat it with, I'm just going to talk work for a second. Is that all right? Like my dad can be at my house on a Saturday and it feels like I haven't seen him all week because he's there fixing something in my house. He's dad. He's not colleague basically. But like, it means that when we are not at work, we are not at work, because otherwise it's very easy in a family business to take it home. But not only take it home, take it to other people's houses, take it on holidays, take it to Christmas.
What do you call Chris when you're not at work?
Dad.
See,
Papa.
Papa. See, because you only ever refer to him as Chris when you're at work.
Yeah, because you know why?
And I think that's the that's the delineation,
yeah,
isn't it?
And
that's
do you want to know why?
Go on then.
Because,
do I want to know why?
Yes, because I know I'm hogging the limelight a little bit here, but because
gosh, Izzy.
I know.
I mean,
what
imagine.
an ego.
Oh.
So the reason why is because so basically, when you have your Google account with your phone numbers and contacts in and email contacts, like I had a Google account with all my contacts in because I had an Android phone. So hey, all connects. My dad obviously was saved in my phone as a contact as Dad because he is my dad. And then what happened was when we got a Google workspace in the business and we started using Google as our means of communication with clients.
Dad at Howell Media.
No, what happened is that when I was CCing my dad in, Chris in, as Chris at his email address, it was defaulting to CCing my actual dad into emails with clients, and people were responding going, it's weird sort of CCing Dad into this, and I was like, oh my god, that's so fucking embarrassing. So now all of my family is like Nana, Mum, Auntie this, Uncle this, but my dad has to be saved in my phone as Chris Howell, because otherwise it could be that I patch him into a call with a client, or I add him on Google Meet
comes up as your contact
Dad,
of him,
as Dad with like a little cute smiley face and a heart, and like it's just it. I know, and what's weird is that like when people figure out, obviously we're father-daughter, it's not hard to figure out, but when they do, and I say Chris, a lot of people go, you don't have to call him that around me. You can call him Dad, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's not about that. It's a mindset thing. So. Yeah, that's why, because lots of big clients were going, why am I CCing Dad into this? It just kind of brought down my professionalism a little bit.
I always find it very impressive when I hear about family businesses like yours, where you do work so well together for so long. You've obviously come up with a way of working really well together, and out with the best will in the world. I love my parents to bits. I would not want to work side by side with them in a business because I haven't worked with them like that.
Yeah.
And now I think it would be too difficult. I think if I'd started in my 20s, maybe, but I don't think I could now work side by side with a member of my family.
I get that a lot. A lot of people say, oh, I could never work with my dad. I can never do this. But in reality, I think that what we've done is we've identified, we like each other. So that's the starting point. We've always been close. Me and my parents are friends as well as like family, in the sense that like I'll hang out with them and be absolutely fine. Like they had me quite young, so like generationally, it's not like we've got like 50 years between us or something. Like they're still, relevant, which is good. But like I've always had a good relationship with them, which I'm very lucky to have. But at the same time, we play with a straight bat. We don't have a lot of drama, and in the immediate family a lot of drama or like secrets and skeletons in the closet. We're all pretty straightforward, but also personality wise we've all got similar personality traits. We've got some that differ, but in ways that kind of complement each other. So where I'm maybe more organized, my dad's maybe more creative and sort of will do something on the spur of the moment, but I'm more like, no, it must be planned. So these things kind of complement each other because it brings out the best in everybody. But I think that what I've learned through basically running a family business is that you've got to keep pretty strict boundaries. You've got to, family always comes first, so things get dropped. If something bad or terrible happens in the family, it takes priority, and also my family are actually really private. I don't know about you, but like you feel like everyone's on social media, and you'd think my family, because we're in this world, we would all be really like, all over Facebook or all over Instagram. None of my family are on social media apart from 3 people, including me.
No, I think my family is on social media, but they're not very active.
No.
My mum's a little more active than the others because she's an artist, so she likes posting art that she does, and she does lessons. She tries to promote the business and things like that. And then bizarrely, sometimes sorry mum if you watch this, she'll do things like she'll start posting images from when she went to Cornwall, which is fine, makes total sense, but they're posted with no context, so it looks like she's back in Cornwall. And then she gets comments from people saying, "Oh, have a lovely time." And I'm like going,
yeah.
I know you're sat at home in your garden. What's going on there?
What a time warp.
Context?
Yeah, but you have like my mum and my brother. So my dad and me obviously are on like LinkedIn. We're visible in that respect. But my mum and my brother are 2 of probably the most happily anonymous people ever. Neither of them are on social media. Like my mum's got an account purely so she could stalk people from the past, but like she has like one friend, and that's probably my dad. Like she has no interest in social media at all. She has
Brilliant.
no interest in being reachable. My mum will hide if someone knocks on the door. Like she just does not want to she just wants to just live her life and not feel like she has to be putting that out there to prove anything. My mum is basically the most sort of like self-assured person ever, but she doesn't feel like she has to promote herself to anyone.
I think the prevalence of social media is such that not everybody, that's a gross generalization, but I think there is a general view that you have to have a presence on social media if you have a business, if you're doing a job where you have to promote yourself. So everybody thinks everybody's going to be on social media, but there's a huge swathe of the population.
Absolutely. Careful.
There's a huge swathe of job professions where you don't need social. In fact, somewhere actually social media is probably better off. Like your mum's a teacher.
Yeah,
I would advise most teachers not to have any social media whatsoever. I've got a friend. You've met my friend who's sitting there, and James.
I haven't met him.
Oh, you haven't met him yet?
No, but he's the one who usurped me on my podcast.
Oh gosh, Jesus, get over it. But he confused me for ages because he changed all of his names on social media because his name is James Clark, and he was there as James Clark and stuff, and now he's changed it to pseudonyms so that nobody can find him.
It's weird.
Which makes total sense.
Yeah, but
also, how awful is it that you have to do that?
I know, but the thing is that like, it's made to feel like something that it's almost like if you don't, it's like having social media. People assume it's a bit like having a passport now, insofar as like, if you don't have it, then are you even real, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, or like the feeling like you're missing out on information. But actually, like, using my mum as an example, as someone who doesn't care. She doesn't want it. She's not interested. She's never been interested. She's not on it because of any reason. She just literally is like, why would I bother? But like, she is very well informed. She reads her news. She's not easily swayed by one side or another. She is sharp as a tack and will, basically she is a woman who is always right. She predicted the pandemic because she just knew. She's like Paul the Octopus. She'll just predict things. But what I mean is that for her to have a finger on the pulse and know what's going on in the world and feel like she's in the loop. She doesn't have to be on Facebook for that. Who cares? She doesn't have to see what Bob from down the road is doing on a Tuesday. Who gives a crap?
I think a lot of people think that those platforms are where you are in the loop, but that loop isn't real. Like, I think, is it something like 40% of all Gen Zs or Gen Zs or whatever the latest generation is get their news from TikTok and Facebook or Instagram or something like that. Which is
worrying in itself.
And completely unregulated. None of it's real.
Yeah, but then also it's the new age of like, remember the tabloids in the noughties and the 90s? Like, it's the new age of that. Like, they were spouting rubbish back then, but it was just on paper and now it's on a screen. Like, your choice as a reader or a user or a viewer is whether you want to believe it, whether you want to get a different opinion.
But I think that what social media is doing is it's making the statements have to be punchier, and it's all about one or two. It's that whole 3-second hook thing. You know, if you haven't got the hook, if you haven't engaged with somebody within the first 2 seconds, you've lost them. But that's what's happening now in terms of politics and the way people are politicizing things. You know what I mean? Nobody's interested in what a party's politics and what their manifesto is, what they're committing to do.
Yeah, it's just some snappy statement.
They want the statement, which is why the right-leaning politics is working so well, because they sit there and go out on a get the left out. That's it. Nobody's interested in what they're going to do.
But then you ask any of the supporters what they mean, and they're like, "Oh,
no," because they just want change. They say, "Bring a change, get the left out." You know, remove Starmer. It's all about it's all work playing on the hate. It's playing on the let's just get rid of it. A nice easy thing. There's no substance behind everything else. Nobody's out there going, oh, we're going to sit there and refund, we're going to sit there and put an extra 10% into the NHS, or we're going to sit there and finally do something about HS2. Did you hear about HS2? This is a
God.
thing.
Is that still a thing?
So HS2,
like, even when I was a kid, people were wanking on about HS2.
Honestly, HS2, this is embarrassing, okay? They've spent 48 million on it so far. Okay.
What?
It was originally
for an imaginary train.
Wait. It was originally going to go from central London, okay, all the way to Birmingham. It was then going to bifurcate and was going to carry on up to Manchester and all the way to Leeds.
Does it now just go to
that was
Croydon?
That was the original thing it was going to be. It was all going to be high speed, okay, and it was going to cost 36 billion, is what they said it was going to cost them.
Oh my God.
Then it turned out they were so keen to put stuff in the ground that they made some terrible decisions in terms of contracts. And then as they started building it, it turned out everybody wanted it hidden from their environment. They didn't want the train there, so they had to start digging lots of tunnels. So then they cancelled the northern bit. Then they cancelled the bit that went a bit further north. Then they cancelled the bit to Manchester. So now what you've got is you've got a train that is going to go 100 miles from just outside London to Birmingham. It's not going to be operational for at least another 10 years.
What?
Right? It gets better. Okay,
it
gets better. It's going to cost.
Why does Birmingham get special treatment?
It's going to cost around 100 billion in total.
What?
Okay.
For a crappy imaginary train.
But because of what they've built so far, it's been built to such a high specification that if they cancelled the project, they would legally have to return it to what it was like before. So they'd have to fill all the tunnels in, dismantle everything, which would be quite difficult because it's been built so hard.
God.
So it would cost almost as much to cancel it as it would just to finish
building it. You know what?
That
is the most classic British thing to happen.
Do you want to know one of the funniest things, though?
So
this high speed rail, okay? The reason that it's cost so much is because they wanted the fastest trains possible. But it turns out the only way they could have the fastest trains possible is to test the speed. You've got to test them at high speed. So they can't test them in this country because they haven't got the rails for it. So they had to test them abroad.
God.
Right? So that was going to cost billions. So what they've done is they're just guessing. They've reduced the high speed.
No.
High speed. So instead of being like super high speed, they're now high speed.
Now it's just 2.
Yeah. No, it's still faster, but not so much faster. But
it's so pointless.
But and this is the kicker, okay? When they get to Birmingham, they will then just...
Oh, God, do they get slapped?
No. When these fancy trains, and with their really, really straight rails, when they go super fast, but not quite so super fast, so just kind of fast. Now, when they get to Birmingham, they'll then go onto the normal lines, and the services will continue further north. They'll just use the existing lines.
Where you're going 3 miles slower.
Actually, unfortunately, these super high-speed trains will actually have to travel 15 miles an hour slower than the existing trains on there, because the existing trains are designed to tilt around the curves and the high-speed trains are designed to go in a straight line. So they will actually go slower than the existing trains on the Northern Line.
No.
So what we're spending 100 billion on is 100 miles of straight rail to get to Birmingham
but can I just
slightly quicker than you otherwise would have.
No offence to anyone listening in Birmingham, but why would someone want to go directly to Birmingham on a fast train?
Oh, that's harsh.
Come on. Like, out of all the cities, why?
No, honestly, they're at the point now. Oh. They're at the point now where they may as well finish it because
this
it'll
country's
cost as
going
much,
to the dogs.
and it's ridiculous.
But what I would say is, why don't, and this is a suggestion that hopefully, Keir, if you're listening, just
What's up, Keir?
hold the line. Train line caller is why don't?
Hang on.
Wait. Let me finish my point.
I'm just pointing out that it's Wednesday, the 20th of May. This may not go out for another 5-6 weeks. At which point, Keir might not be the one.
Whoever is in power. Yeah. We like a revolving door in
Burnham,
this country.
Streatham, someone.
We vote people in basically like milk monitors at school.
No, but that's the thing. We don't vote them in, do we?
So with HS2, what they could do is pick up all the track that they've put down or that they've built. All this track, because obviously they can't put it down anywhere because no one lets them use the land and no one wants it. What are they going to do with all this track? This is my idea. Use the super fast trains, use the tracks, and make a really big roller coaster. How much fun would that be? I would rather spend 100 billion on a super funky roller coaster that takes you like really high and flies you around, and you get like a nice experience. Versus going on a flat trip to Birmingham. Make a roller coaster.
So your answer
Taxpayers, if you're listening. Hashtag start the roller coaster. Okay. Or hashtag woo.
So you're advocating a...
Shame it's just been the election.
So you're advocating a 200 mile an hour roller coaster.
Yes, that uses all the track. So it would probably be about like 40 minutes to complete.
That'd be cool. It's just going to be called the Vomit Rocket.
Yeah, the Vomit Comet. I think that sounds great.
Okay, that's not what you're going to call it. Alton Towers' new ride.
HS2, the Vomit Comet. Okay,
but it's embarrassing anyway.
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know how we got onto that somehow.
But are you thriving or surviving?
Okay, so we've got to use a reference of the last week when you were on holiday. So I was thriving.
Good.
Okay. In fact, mostly I'm thriving. I don't know why I ever try.
Even this week, you've said you've had called this week.
We'll get to this week.
Okay.
In the next podcast.
Okay, yeah. So
multiple episodes in one go.
Batching.
Yeah.
But in the next one, because we're batch recording, you'll wear my dress and I'll wear your outfit. Because we haven't brought spare outfits, so
maybe we should just swap shoes.
I don't want to wear those barefoot shoes. My mum's got them, and they're
barefoot shoes are fantastic.
I just at the thought of it, just be barefoot, be a hobbit.
Oh, I'm barefoot most of the time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
It's like, I don't know. That's like, there's a lot of people that believe in grounding.
Must have a socked foot.
I am skeptical about the powers of grounding.
What?
However,
is this just being barefoot?
Yeah, it's about the
whole
point.
Just call a spade a spade.
The point of grounding is that by having your barefoot connected to the earth, your energies will align and you'll discharge.
No, you'll just step on a Cheerio and have dirty feet.
But I like going around barefoot. I feel much more natural.
Yeah, you don't live with a toddler. If I go around the house barefoot, I will step on some Lego, slip on a piece of Greek yogurt, and then basically fall to my death.
I have a border terrier that absolutely loves yak chews. Yak chews are made of yak's milk.
But then, thought of bare feet.
But he chews these and then leaves them around, and he loves chewing them into little, sharp edges.
But so I will take being barefoot in a Croc. What's your opinion on a Croc? I am a Croc queen. I have multiple pairs. Carry on.
I've never worn a pair of Crocs.
What?
So,
oh my God, you are missing out.
I can't objectively have a comment on it, but
you're a Croc virgin.
Unobjectively, I hate them. I think they're the most repulsive things I've ever seen.
Your life will change. No, everyone says that, and then you buy a pair for around the house, and then suddenly you're wearing them to bed. You're wearing them everywhere. You're wearing them to your wedding day.
But
I want to be buried in my Crocs.
But I'm bare feet around the house. It's fine.
Yeah, but it's got these little massagey bits inside. So
I take socks off.
Yeah, and then put Crocs on.
I'll be on the couch, and my feet will feel cold, so I'll take my socks off and then warm up.
What? I sometimes feel like, sensorially when something just does, so as soon as I leave work, all of my clothes feel like I can feel them. They feel very clothesy. Like, I just have to not like I have to just be completely naked, but instead I go home and have to put on indoor clothing. So, like, home clothes, like tracky bottoms or a t-shirt and some comfy. Basically, as soon as I get in my house and I've been wearing my work clothes, it feels repulsive in every possible way.
You go into casual wear.
Yeah,
100%.
so I find that what happens is if I wear my socks too long and I'm sat watching telly, all my brain can think is, you're wearing socks. You're wearing socks. You're wearing socks. You're wearing socks. Take the socks off. Where are you wearing socks? Why are you wearing your socks? Take the socks off. And it's like it gets so loud that I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to be cold. What do I do? And it's like my brain's going, take the socks off. Take the socks off. So then I'll just take my socks off and then I'm like, oh, freedom. Because it's like the last piece of the puzzle for me to feel completely free of work stuff. I can't be in my house in outdoor clothes. Like, I can't wear shoes. Like, I just, as soon as I get in the house, even when I was a kid, I'd leave, school would finish at 3:15. I'd get home by like 3:45, pajamas, straight away. Boom, done.
See, I think I used to be like that from work. Like, I come in from work and I'd be wearing like trousers and
you
shirt
couldn't
and
just
stuff.
sit and have your dinner and watch telly and then...
You have to divest yourself of the work gear.
Literally, contacts out, glasses on, makeup off, spot patches on.
Now,
I look like a homeless person when I get home.
Now, not so much. I do relish getting home and taking contact lenses out.
Oh, it's like taking your bra off.
Wouldn't know.
That is the best feeling in the known universe.
It's like contact lenses off. So, you know.
Yeah, but doing the double whammy, taking your bra off and your contact lenses off. Oh,
have you managed to do them both at the same time?
It would be logistically quite difficult.
No, you do that in one go, and
no, because I've got to do a double hander to take my lenses out.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
I've got time commitments to meet, so I'm having to say goodbye.
Okay, well, have you got a ridiculous, stupid question to finish on? If you could be a kind of ham, what ham would you be?
Oh, Parma.
Oh, would you go for Parma?
I could eat Parma ham, like literally like popcorn. I could eat basically an entire pig's worth of Parma ham.
Fair enough.
Not that I'm saying I don't want to eat myself, but like I go great with melon.
See, I'd go for a nice baked gammon joint, because when there's a gammon joint there, I will just slice mustard. Oh, it just disappears.
We're both tired and hungry.
Very hungry.
So that's that episode.
Okay, well, do an outro.
Okay, thank you for watching. If you're still here, then well done. Your certificate will be in the post.
It was quite a poor outro, but thank you very much for watching and listening. And join us next time where we continue to talk about whether we're thriving or surviving. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.